Good morning, kiddos. Miss Ayers here. Today we are still in Unit 4, and we are going to be talking about how to use verbs in the past tense, especially using ed at the end. So let's get into it because I only have a limited amount of time. All right. So this is page 246 in your book, and I know that you guys don't have your book, so it doesn't really matter, but let's get into it. Okay. Tense means time. What? Tense? No, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Tense means time. Okay. Tense means time. So the tense or time of a verb shows when an action happens. Okay. So we have present tense, which is right now. It's now or it's often, okay? And often means something that happens a lot, again and again and again, okay? Something that happens every day, something that happens every year, okay? Present. Now, you also have the past. Past is something that happens before the present. It's like last night, yesterday, last year, last week. It's in the past. It's before the present. Okay, and then you have the future, which we will not talk about today. But future means after the present. Okay, so in the future, tomorrow, next year, these are all future. Okay, but we're only going to be focusing on past and present today. So let's get into it. A verb in the present tense says what happens now or often. Okay, what happens now or often. So let's look at our example. It says the girl walks home from school every day. Now, walks is our verb and it is in the present tense, right? Um, yeah, it's in the present tense. That's all I have to say. Now, another way that you know that this is present tense, is by looking here. Every day. Every day is a now or often statement, okay? Now, if I say she walked home from school yesterday, then this would be a past tense verb. But since this says every day, this is still a present tense verb. All right. Now, let's look at our next one. A verb in the past tense says what happened before now. Okay. So what happened before now? All right. Now let's look at our example. Yesterday, now like we have every day here that tells us present tense, we have yesterday here that tells us past tense. Okay. Yesterday, she walked home from school. Now you'll notice the different endings. In the present tense, I have an S, and the S really is just for subject verb agreement. And here I have ed, which is for past. Let's see, can I move this thing? Okay, well, I can't move it. But the S here is for past tense, subject verb agreement, and then you have ed that expresses past tense. Or did I say present tense, past tense? I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. Now, add ed to most verbs, not all verbs. We're not going to talk about it today, but we are going to talk about it. Add ed to most verbs to say what happened, in the past, before now, like yesterday, last night, last week, 2 days ago. Okay? Past tense. If you look here, you have your verb in present tense, right? You add the ed and it becomes walked. Okay? And this is past tense. Present, past. Present, past. Okay? Same thing for jumped. You have jumped and then you add ed and then you have jumped. Now, jump is present tense, right now or it's often. Jumped is in the past tense, right? That means it happened 2 days ago, yesterday, last week, last year. All right. The example says, she jumped to the side. A dog started to chase her. Okay, so here we are. Jumped in the past tense, started in the past tense. All right, so let's look at some examples. Okay, the instructions say, work with a partner, say the sentence, then your partner says the sentence in the past tense. Okay, now we're not working at partners, so we're just going to do this together. All right, number 1 says, my sister walks home from school. Okay, so the verb here is what? If you said walks, you are correct. Now we're going to take walks and we're going to change it to the past tense. How do we do that? Walk plus ed. Now it is in the past tense. Okay. Let's see if I can show. There we go. All right. And all right, walked. Now, one day a strange event happens to her. Our verb here is happens, right? And we're going to change this to the past tense, which is going to make it, happen plus ed, happened. And we have, highlight here. There we go. All right. Number 3, suddenly the wind starts to blow. Suddenly the wind starts to blow. What's the verb? If you said starts, you are correct. All right. And we're going to take this, we're going to change our verb to past tense. So we have start plus ed, started. And we have our ed ending. All right. Number 4, a big gust of wind picks her up. What is my verb here? If you said picks, you are correct. Oof, it's ugly. There we go. And change it into past tense. Super easy. Pick plus ed changes it to the past tense. D. There we go. Picked. Number 5, she travels more than 100 feet in the air. The verb here is what? If you said travels, you are correct. All right. And then, need my text box. How do we change travels to past tense? You just do travel plus ed. And there you go. All right. Now, there we go. We change all of our verbs to past tense. Now here, choose the correct verb and write the sentence. Okay. So number 6, every day, that's important. Every day, my sister walks or walked home from school. Now, every day, is it past or present? It's present. Okay. So would we say walked or would we say walks? Remember up here what it says. Walks. Every day. Present. Right? So it would be walks. Okay. Number 7, yesterday, she walks or she walked home too. Well, yesterday is past tense, so I'm going to go with walked. All right. Now, these 3 sentences, I believe they will all be past tense because this is past tense and all of these sentences go together. So on her way home, the wind pushes or the wind pushed her down, right? Also, this is past tense because it seems like somebody is retelling the story or they're telling the story again. So that makes it past tense. All right. She works or she worked hard to get up again. If it's all past tense, well, then we're going to go with worked, right? And then number 10, the last one, then the wind slows or slowed down. Past tense, slowed. All right. Now I want to show you guys some examples for your worksheet. Okay. And I don't have much time. If this is going too fast, guys, you can always rewind and go back. All right. So we're going to start on page 100. All right. And this is your assignment, guys. Make sure that you put your name, and you don't have to put the date if you don't want to, but you can put your class period. That would be great. Name and class period is fine. The date doesn't matter because I can see on the Schoology when you submit. Okay. So up here you have the information to help you. Okay. Just like on the page, on the textbook page. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to change, you are going to change the verb to past tense. Then write the sentence in the past tense. All right, so our first one says, strong winds lift my hat from my head. My verb here is lift, right? So how do I rewrite my sentence? I have to rewrite the whole thing. Strong winds lift plus ed lifted my hat from my head. Okay. And so that's all you do here. That's it. I changed my sentence to past tense simply by changing one word. Okay. Down here, write the correct verb to complete the sentence. Now, this says yesterday. Yesterday means past or present. If you said past, you're correct. Okay. Yesterday, the wind howls or howled. If it's in the past tense, what's the correct answer? Howled. Okay. And so that's all you're going to do for this page, y'all. Make sure that you put your name up here. Okay. And then the second page, we have a little bit of time. Same thing. Okay. Using ed. Now, it says complete each sentence, write the past tense of the verb in parentheses. So, write the past tense of the verb in parentheses. So that means this word. Oh, that's such an ugly. There we go. Better. All right. So yesterday, keyword, yesterday, the weather forecaster talk or talked. If you said talked in the past tense, you are correct because look, yesterday tells us past tense. Where? There we go. Talked. All right. And then for the second part, complete each sentence, choose a verb from the box, write it in past tense. Okay. So don't just copy something from here and then don't change it to past tense. You need to change it to past tense. Early this morning, we blank on the news channel. We showed on the news, we stayed, we turned, we watched on. So I believe it's turn. And that's all you gotta do. There you go. All right. So guys, this concludes our lesson. Please be sure that you put your name and your class period on your paper. I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, you always know that you can message me on Schoology or you can text me to my phone. All right. Bye guys.